Oh, hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Royal Sussex Live. Welcome, one and all. Let me see here. Okay, that sounded attractive. Let me see. Oh, okay, let me move this. Oh, that is there. I don't have to do anything. Okay, and we're all set. Are we? I think so. Oh, that's it. I keep hearing myself. Let me turn that volume down. Connie Balmer. Connie Balmer. I got my gift in the mail. Thank you so much for that. Is it okay if I show everyone, or am I going to just play it cool and, keep it to myself? Carol Lunn, thank you so much for being here. Thank you, Connie Balmer, Judy Matassid, Francilia Mosley, Mary H., Gerda Sifrin, and a host of friends and others. Hey, Lydia Washington, Sussex Spotlight. Let me see. Dansby. Oh, really? Everyone, I will be starting a new role at my job soon, so I am not sure how it is going to affect my being in the live chat or my videos. I'm hoping nothing changes. Ooh, yeah, because making videos is hard work, isn't it? It is hard work. Um, oh boy. Well, good luck to you. You know what? You know what? Um, it's all a matter of it's all a matter of prioritizing your time. So, yeah, you should be okay. Let me see. Oh, okay. Connie Bomber says yes. All right. So good luck, and let me find. Well, let me do my slides first. Okay. 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 Slides are coming. And then let me find the picture of my care package I got all the way from Switzerland. Okay, let me see. Oh, there it is. Okay. All right, so it's coming up. I hope. Yeah. All right, a little slow, but there it is. Ah, there we go. So, as you know, I love the what is it? Bona Maman, the preserves. Well, I do believe it is strawberry, apricot, and raspberry. That is going to last me for quite some time. And then check it out. Um, Another supply of Ricolas. So that's going to last me probably for the rest of the year. And then, of course, to make sure that I have a chance to sample my preserves, you can see there are some butter cookies. Oh my goodness. I'm telling you, every crumb tastes like a stick of butter. I'm serious. Every crumb seems like I don't know how they did it, but somehow they managed to blend a whole stick of butter into every crumb of those cookies. And then I haven't translated the cans yet, but I do believe that that is a Ricola tea. So I cannot wait to try that. Um, As a matter of fact, I probably should have done that before I came on today so I could clear the rest of everything that ails me. But listen, you guys, if you haven't had Ricolas, I highly recommend them, especially during the cold and flu season. Everyone in my family that has ever had a cold or a flu for the past few years, I'm like, here, I got you some Ricolas. And then next thing you know, they're in the store shopping for them. They don't like to be without them. So they I don't know what they put in them, whatever herbs or whatever, but they really do help your throat. Yep. And it just seems like it helps your cold. It just seems like it helps to eliminate the cold or to hide the symptoms or whatever. But yeah. So anyway, thank you, Connie Bowmer. And thank you for always being so thoughtful. I love it. Okay. Isn't that a nice spread? Okay. Let me see here. All right. Just taking a quick look at all your comments here. Right? Right? Very kind, very thoughtful. Okay. And now you tell me, Adrian, now you tell me. A little late for that. You're trying to close the barn after the horses made its escape. Yeah, a little late for that now. Um, did I? I guess I did. Boy, I tell you, my memory ain't long for this world. Okay, I remember having it in my hand. All right, never mind. Oh boy, I really got to do something about that. Um Okay, so there you go. Harry and Meghan looking ultra glamorous. And then just to give a headache to the derangers, a very stern looking Willie Leaks looking on in a what is it? A incandescent rage. Anyway, so save the children, say thanks to Harry and Meghan. Plus, there was a little boost for Rose Hanbury today. Is it Hansberry? Hanbury. Anyway, oh, I'll get to that soon. And then, of course, there was some congressional messiness. So, uh, because of the language that was used, I'm still too nervous to play the video from last night, but I'm sure you all have seen it, right? Oh my goodness, what a knockdown, drag out. They did everything but go for each other. So I'm like, what has Congress turned into? What has happened to our politics here in the US? You know, I used to shake my head looking at the House of Lords and those debates and all that. Yeah. I'm just like, wow, they're so uncivilized. I'm so surprised. That's England. They're supposed to be the epitome of refinement and good taste. Now we have people that yell during the president's State of the Union, and then, of course, during these debates, they really get ugly. You know, it's nothing really new about that. There was some years ago when I believe there was one member of Congress who took his walking stick and beat the other silly with it. And, but in modern times, we just have not had that type of exchange until this right wing movement, which started with, I'm going to say, during those Newt Gingrich years, right? Newt Gingrich, he was one of the architects. But then again, there are some people, if you know your history, you can go back to the days of Barry Goldwater. But still, in those days, things were very civil. Ronald Reagan and Margaret Thatcher, two of the most evil people that have ever drawn a breath. I I disdain both of them equally because all of the union benefits and such that we work so hard for here in these United States and in the United Kingdom, it took those two horrible, awful people. You know, they both were very charismatic. They said a lot of clever things, but the degrading of Western civilization, as far as I'm concerned, started with Ronald Wilson Reagan and Margaret Thatcher, two awful, awful people, two working class blowhards that didn't care about anything or anybody but themselves. And now look at where we are. We are besieged by these right wingers, and we just cannot seem to shake them. And every day we lose just a little bit more money, and we lose just a little bit more of our God-given rights. So that was my soapbox moment. Thank you so much for watching Royal Sussex. Love you guys. See you tomorrow. That's it. I'm done. But yeah, so thank you so much. Let's see. Baby sis doll 333. Thank you so much for the super sticker. And thank you for watching Royal Sussex. Let's see. Regina Mercedes says, Baron, either yesterday or the day before, you were on a picture of the Queen and Camilla Parkable wearing the same robe. Oh, yes. Summer affair. Can you run that picture again? Thanks. Absolutely. As a matter of fact, I had it all lined up to mention it again for a different reason. So yeah, just stay tuned for that because I do have that all lined up. Let me see here. Oh, Nithalando, thank you so much for being here. By the way, if you just joined us, I have to show this to you. Connie Balmer sent me this all the way from Switzerland. Look at there. There's some butter cookies. There's some preserved strawberry, apricot, and raspberry. And there, of course, is Ricola. If you remember those commercials. Ricola, which is like the best thing you can have for your throat or for your sinuses when you are feeling under the weather or just when you need to clear that area. I'm telling you, I swear by Ricola. Okay. Okay, let me see. Yes, Ronald Reagan, 666, the sign of the beast. Ronald Wilson Reagan, do you guys know that if you count the number of the letters of his name, it comes out to 666? Ronald Wilson, are you counting? Reagan. That was a bad sign right there. That was a really bad sign. And when he announced for president, he actually went to the same county where the KKK was founded as a little dog whistle to people in America. We're going to go back to the way things used to be. I'm telling you, I was quite alive and very politically minded at that time. And I remember those days. Lots of dog whistles. As a matter of fact, that's when I first found out what a dog whistle was. Let me see. Welcome to Shida. Well, anyway, I'm glad you're here and I appreciate you spending the time with us tonight. Okay. All right. I better get on with it because I have quite a few slides. Oh, today is monetization day. It's been, I guess, 3 years since Royal Sussex became a monetized channel. That's right. It's been 3 years today that Royal Sussex has become a monetized channel. Now, at the time, I had probably 100 subscribers, and now there's a whopping, what is it, 57,000, something like that. But yeah, at the time, I had about 100 subscribers. There was this feeble attempt that is, to start a channel to support the Sussexes, right? Well, I made 5 videos, walked away, and didn't come back for a year or maybe 11 months. But when I came back, I said, you know what? I am going to make a video every day. I'm going to make a video every day. As long as I can, I will. So I made that promise 3 years ago. And I'm here to tell you, some 3 years later, I have not missed a day. So, oh, you know what? What the hell? I'll do that. There you go. So, um, that's exactly the promise I made. And so, since that time, this channel has grown a lot. 57,625 videos. I'm sorry, subscribers. I wish it was that many videos. And of course, let me give you the stats here. So, okay. Oh, here we go. So, in the lifetime of this channel, there has been some 7.7 million watch hours. 7.7 million watch hours. Yeah, 7.7 million watch hours. And then, what is it here? Oh, that is translated to 36,169,613 views. Now, there's people that have not had that many watch hours or views, but they got 100,000 or more subscribers, so they get that big silver play button. What is it going to take for me to get that silver play button? Do I have to take my clothes off? Huh? Do I have to take my clothes off? Is that what it's going to take? I mean, I probably would have anyway, but is that what it's going to take to get that silver play button? I mean, it's not beneath me. Trust me, it's not. But anyway, it'll come. Guess I got to wait another 3.2 million views to get it. But if that's what it takes, oh, what do you say, Adrian? We haven't gotten that desperate yet, huh? Uh, yeah, I understand. I mean, having survived the pandemic, having survived Donald Trump, having survived several things, including Y2K, it'd be a shame to lose anybody because of a silver play button. So, you know what? Just for everybody's sake, for everyone's health and well being, not to mention your digestion and your vision, I do hereby promise I'll keep my clothes on. How about that? All right. Okay, better now? Better? All right. Oh, okay. Okay. So enough of all that burlesque stuff. Let's get on with it, shall we? So, you all probably remember royalty, right? At a certain point during the visit to the volleyball court where Harry participated in sit down volleyball, there was a moment when people were yelling, royalty, royalty. And of course, in the confusion, people thought they were yelling to Harry and Meghan. Yeah, 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 we're here, right? But no, it wasn't Harry and Meghan. It was this beautiful little girl who unfortunately became suddenly shy after all the preparation for that little princess to meet a real princess. She got a little bit shy. Well, here's the update. This Nigeria visit is really biting you all, and I don't even understand why. That little girl is my niece, and she was beyond excited. She spoke about meeting Megan the whole week, but became incredibly shy when she finally met her. We literally had to force her out of the white dress she wore that day because she wanted to wear it to school and tell everyone how Megan hugged her. Stop being a sadist. We are okay over here. And oh, by the way, she's called Megan Princess Cinderella and told her she looks like Cinderella. What our beautiful, that's what our beautiful, I'm sorry, that's our beautiful Megan. So there you go. So yeah, all of the people that saw the little girl looking so shy, I guess they had some things to say or whatever, but people always got something to say, don't they? But yeah, it's just with all of the activity and excitement and everything, she just got a little shy at the last moment. That happens. I mean, remember that kid that almost knocked Queen Elizabeth down? He was running around and crawling between people's legs trying to get away from her. It happens. It happens. So, if you are a deranger and you're just looking for something negative to say, leave the children out of it. Leave the children out of it. There was a lot of excitement in that moment when the Sussexes arrived, and it became, well. Let me see if I can share a video that would demonstrate what I'm talking about here, because it was quite the scene. And of course, this was a very contained situation, as opposed to just like, a bunch of random people joining from here, there, and everywhere. So let me see if I can find that. Is this it? Nope, that's not it. Nope, that's not it. Oh, okay. Yes, that's the one. That's the one. Let me see here. Okay. Okay. Tell you what I'm going to do. Let me make sure I get this right. But you will see exactly what I'm talking about. I didn't do what I thought I did to it, but this is really going to tickle you, though. So bear with me. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. That's the one. Bear with me. Okay. There's that. All right. Almost done, you guys. Give me just a second. And thank you so much for your patience. It will be well worth it, I promise you. Just want to make sure I get it right. Okay, success. And over here and go.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my gosh! She went Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my gosh! She went
Now, I don't know about you guys, but the little hairs in my ears will not stop tickling me. So that was just when they approached. When they got inside of this area, which is fenced in, um, then it went even further than that. And I think you all remember Michaela, one of the squatties. Um, let me see. There it is right there. Okay, here goes. So that was what was happening around royalty. And royalty just probably got a little overwhelmed from those adults that were, acting like children while she was acting like the adult. So that's all. That is all. But Meghan took some time to talk to her, and the flowers that she gave Meghan actually broke one of the roses and gave it to her. So that's why she's holding the little single rose right there, because Meghan wanted her to be a princess with a rose as well. So it's all so sweet. And, you know, because it was such a successful non-royal tour, there's a lot of people that have a lot to say, and most of it is positive, and some of it is, the usual nonsense that you hear on these occasions. So there you go. All right. And right here, Cookie Absu Samad uh, Rabu, daughter of billionaire philanthropist, pictured with Duchess Meghan. She was also a guest at the Nigeria Women in Leadership Forum. How beautiful. I'm telling you, I have just been really gushing about all of these incredibly beautiful people, men and women, incredibly beautiful people. Um, it seems like a movie or something. It really does. It seems like some type of movie production because everybody looks so picture perfect. As a matter of fact, 100 years from now, 50 years from now, when they do the docu series about Meghan and Harry, and they get to the part about their first trip to Nigeria. Just imagine how much fun it's going to be for the actors when they have to get dressed with all those beautiful clothes for the visit to Nigeria. You know what I'm saying? Just imagine that. Think of any period piece movie that you've seen, all these beautiful clothes, and these beautiful people. Well, that's what's going to happen in, let's say, a 50 years, 75 years, 100 years from now. They're going to make a movie about the Sussexes, how they became billionaires, all of the good work that they've done, right? And the Sussex squad who really went to the mat for them. And I don't know who's going to play me. And of course, we already know that probably the grandson or great grandson of Ernest Borgnine is going to play Camilla, the evil stepmother. And uh, we'll find some old trucker or garbage collector to play Camilla. But yeah, so I look forward to it. Ah, yeah, I'll still be here. I'm invincible. And of course, there she is there on the left. There were a lot of people that were taking photos by the board there. I don't know what you call those backdrops when they have the company logo or, you know, whatever they call those things. But I tell you, you know, you have arrived when you have taken a picture in front of one of those things. But if you haven't arrived, at the very least, you're on your way up. You are on your way up. So, let's see. Mary H says, yes, Baron, that was very sweet of Princess Meghan and that precious, beautiful little angel. Oh, she was absolutely adorable. She was absolutely adorable. Okay. And right here, most influential, Meghan Markle is embracing her African roots. DNA 43% Nigerian, inspired by Meghan's visit. Plant a tree to literally have roots in Africa. Please visit whatever that says right there. My roots. But fun fact: Meghan was recognized by. Is it MI? What is it? Most influential. What is impact? Well, whatever that is in 2018. So I guess that's some kind of. This is the first time I've heard of it. Most influential people of African descent, global top 100 list. So she was first recognized back in 2018. Congratulations in recognition of your achievement, Meghan Markle, Duchess of Sussex, activism and humanitarian diaspora. All right, very cool. And there you can see on the right side, at least one of those people I share a birthday. Okay. Oh, 100 under 40. Okay, I get it. 2018. Got it. Got it. All right. Oh yeah, and you can see up there in the top right corner, class of 2018. All right. Well, our Duchess made it under the radar. Very cool. And you can see they have the US flag, the Union Jack, and the Nigerian flag there. All right. Very, very cool. Bleach blonde, bad built body. Yeah, bleach blonde, bad built body. Wait, bleach blonde, bleach blonde. Wait, bleach blonde, bad built butch body. Okay, I did see it. I did see it. And I was like, what the what? Shut the front door. What has happened to civility? Well, to be fair, um, Marjorie Taylor Greene did start it. And there you go. If you're not sure what that is, bleach, blonde, bad built, butch body. That's it right there. That's it right there. As a matter of fact, you guys, I think that one of the princesses from the UK, I won't say which princess, but I do believe the sibling of one of the princesses in the United Kingdom, one of the siblings, also has that. Only thing is, she's a brunette, um, bad built body, butch. uh, the one everybody thought had a behind, right? Remember the one who everybody thought she had the big booty? That one. Yes, it is a tongue twister. It is a tongue twister. And so social media has been doing what social media does or do or does. And so this is just one of the images that seemed to pop up today. And of course, there were some illustrations that people seem to believe identified with that um, bleach blonde, built body, butch, bleach blonde that identified with that person. And then, of course, someone tried to get AI to sort it out, and AI seemed to get a bit confused with the mouth and the eyes, but you know how AI is. So it's bleach blonde, bad built body. Wait, bleach blonde, bad built butch body. So you guys, that will be a day we won't forget soon. And as much fun as it is, I do hope we can get back to a good old fashioned, plain, boring Congress again because it's fun, but it's systematic of everything that seems to be wrong here in this country and also in the world today. We have to get back to civility. But between me and you, I thought it was a scream. I thought it was a scream. Honestly, I did. You know, I'm not such a prude. I do believe there are times when you have to, you know, go for the nose. Okay. You have to bloody a person's nose to get their attention. And that's the only way they're going to leave you alone. That's how you deal with bullies. Now, of course, I am not condoning violence of any sort. I'm speaking figuratively. You have to bloody the nose. And it sends a message back to the rest of the community. I ain't the one to be messed with. You dig? So, but yeah, Marjorie Taylor Greene has been a nightmare. She has been incredibly disrespectful to both Presidents Obama and President Biden. And I'm a firm believer that no matter how you feel about the person in the White House, one should still show respect to the office, if no other reason but to the office of the president. Fine to have your opinions, but one should show respect, and that's something that she has been lacking. So the other thing that she did that really bothered me, one of the Parkland school survivors, she followed him up the street, yelling all types of crazy stuff to him. And he and his family, they continued to walk. They didn't engage. They didn't say anything. But she literally followed this young man up the street, a grown woman. And to me, I think that it's very disrespectful on the woman's part to pursue a young man like that, because not only is he still considered a child compared to her, but he's also a man. So he has no way to push back. And she just it was a very ugly scene. So she does some awful things. So whatever comes out here or whenever, I have no sympathy for her because she's a terrible person. She is terrible. She's a bully. And she does these things because she knows she can get away with it. Just like yesterday when Jasmine Crockett was trying to respond. And when they were asking to strike this from the record and the apology and such, she doubled down. Marjorie Taylor Greene, she doubled down. But when Jasmine said some things, then of course that was to be stricken from the record. There should be an apology. You shouldn't talk like that. There goes that double standard, and it's so seamless the way that they project that double standard against black women. I don't know when this has become so prevalent in modern day America or any place else for that matter, where people get so heavy handed with black women. That is someone's mother, daughter, aunt, niece, sister, all of that. And you're handling these black women like they're some in the wrestling federation or something, or some barroom bully or something like that. No matter what the case, things escalate when black people are involved. Tash Max says white privilege and fragility was at play. Thank you, Tash Mac. You said it. That's exactly what it was. That's exactly what it was. Not unusual. It seems to be a recurring theme, whether it's in the hallowed halls of the United States Capitol or on the streets of any major city. That's exactly what it is. Thank you so much for saying that. Yeah, definitely, Martine, definitely. And during the Jim Crow days, not only did they target black men, but black women, usually the school teachers. Usually the black women school teachers, they would target them because they didn't want education. They didn't want anyone to be educated. So if you were a school teacher, you were a threat. I remember that, Lady Rose. Thank you so much. Oh, and thank you for being a member. Don't mess with Texas. Don't mess with Texas. Okay. And lastly, this is the parting image of that bleach blonde, bad built, butch body Marjorie Taylor Greene. Um, I still say she's a bully, and she knows that she can get away with these things because at any given time she could retreat into the blonde, the damsel in distress. Yeah, society treats her differently. All right, so it was also 4 years ago, wait, 6 years ago today, a statement from Miss Meghan Markle from Kensington Palace. Sadly, my father will not be attending our wedding. I have always cared for my father, and I hope he can be given the space he needs to focus on his health. I would like to thank everyone who has offered generous messages of support. Please know how much Harry and I look forward to sharing our special day with you on Saturday. In other words, whatever this is y'all trying to pull, it ain't gonna work, okay? The wedding is on. I repeat, the wedding is on. As a matter of fact, what they didn't know at the time was that they already had a ceremony. which is very common in the US, not so common in the UK, but it's very common in the US to have a private ceremony between the partners before the wedding. Not unusual. So, that little extra measure would have made sure that whether they got married Saturday or not, one can make the case that in the eyes of God, they were already married. So, but we all know what happened. That was a one of the dirty tricks, allegedly, from where? Kensington Palace. Thomas Markle seemed to have spilled all the tea when he was on that Australian television show. So much so that they had to pull the video from the internet. Although, like most good squatties, I have a copy. Some of you all have a copy. I think there's quite a few people who have a copy of that video where he named names. As a matter of fact, the name Jason came up. Okay? He named names. But as they talk about how much they spent on the wedding, the Rangers and such, and the um, Royal Rhoda, as they repeat over and over again how great the day was and how much promise there was. And yes, there were good headlines that day. The part that they omit is the fact that there was an active campaign allegedly coming from Kensington Palace to derail the wedding. And if you remember, I don't know if all of you all have had a chance to check out Spare, but whether you read the book or you listened to the audio, it came to that part where it was mentioned that Harry and Meghan heard about the well, actually, they were told and probably have seen the photos that Thomas Markle had taken, which was staged. And so they called him and told him, you know, have you been talking to the press? He said no. And so they told him, well, if you have, you have to tell us the truth because they can take care of it, but this is a one time deal. So, once again, have you been dealing with the press? He said no. All right. Well, we need to get you over here. We're going to put you in a hotel and have you fitted for your suit and so and so, so and so, and they'll come and collect you. I got some stuff to do, so I can't leave right away. And at that point, Meghan looked to Harry and said, he's lying. He's not coming. And so from that point on, the real Thomas Markle has made the appearance that was probably the reason why Meghan has not had much of a relationship with him for years. Because Thomas Markle has drifted into a world of lies and deceit. And according to Thomas Markle Jr., trips to Asia, whatever that implies, among other things. Now, I'm going to tell you something I said before, and if you've been watching Royal Sussex for a long time, I have no way to prove to you that this is true, except you've heard me repeat it again and again. Before the wedding, I told several people close to me, I said, I don't want her father to walk her down the aisle. And a couple of them said, why not? That's her father. I said, something's not right with that guy. I'm not some kind of genius. I'm not a clairvoyant. I'm not a prophet. But I do know a little math. And the math wasn't mathing. When I found out that Harry hadn't met him yet, right? Only talked on the phone. When I found out that he was living in Rosarita, Mexico, and not these United States, I said, that's interesting too. Not that there's anything wrong with living in Mexico, but certain people go there to save money, and certain people go there to get away from other people and such. Anyway, and then there was the overall appearance of him. He just reminded me of every loser I had ever known in life. And I was like, well, God, I know this is going to be strange, but maybe Obama could do it or something. But I just don't want him walking her down the aisle. I just had a bad feeling. Now, I promise you, that's what I said months before the wedding. And then with that thing that happened, I was just like, nah, this ain't good. This ain't good. When I found out that they hadn't met, he and Harry, it just didn't feel right. So those were the three things. And then, of course, this announcement that settled it. Yep, I was right. There's something wrong with that man. The other thing is that I looked at him, and I'm no genealogist, but I said to myself, could Thomas Markle possibly be the love child of Otis the wino and Aunt B from the Andy Griffith Show? Is that at all possible? Some old sloppy drunk and some shady uh, pretending to be everybody's grandma, Aunt B? Is that possible? I mean, when you look at him, he looks like the spawn of those two, like the loin, like he was cut from their loins. I mean, you have to admit, if you layered one photo over the other, right? If you layered them and just took a little bit of this and a little bit of that, what do you come up with? Thomas Markle. So that's what I was looking at. I was looking at the shadiness of Aunt B. And trust me, in real life, she was quite shady. And then, of course, the Otis the Wino character. He played that part too good. So good that it's probably true. Yeah, you know what? Lady T, let me tell you. If you were living in the South back in the day, and there was, let's say, a lynch mob after you, Aunt B looked like the kind of person who would hear your screams and just close the door and go and start baking a pie. I've always gotten that from her. Aunt B seemed like the kind of person that would drive up on the scene and be like, let me see what I got in my trunk. So, yeah, I think she's kind of shady. I've always got this. She didn't fool me. She didn't fool me. Never had any cheering. There was a lot about her that could not be explained. But yeah, Aunt B was a bit shady. So, but I digress. And then, of course, the letter. The letter, the letter, the letter. How in the world did the Daily Mail get that letter? The only way that they could get that letter that Meghan wrote to her father was for someone to climb Mount St. Thomas Markle. Somebody had to traverse all of that lard, all of that bloatedness to get to the heart of it. And that is how they got that letter. But what kind of a A lady? What kind of a lady would do that? Now, I have to say, maybe the person who wrote the article, maybe it was Carolyn Graham. Maybe she boldly went where nobody should ever go again. Ugh, 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 ugh. But yeah, she took one for the team. This Dixie, this daughter of Dixie from the South, Carolyn Graham, daughter of Dixie, she's from the Southern United States, and she loves to take photos beneath the Confederate flag, don't you know? Well, as they say, things are rotten down in the land of cotton, and enters Carolyn Graham. She's the one who climbed that mountain. She climbed that mountain, I declare. She took one for the team and came down with that letter. And I tell you, I haven't been able to keep food on my stomach since. Every time I think about it, I want to upchuck. Well, I did say, what kind of lady could do that? Well, maybe I'm assuming too much when I said, what kind of a lady could do that? So, of course, Thomas Markle claims he's never been to the UK, but here he is at Longleat. There he is, striking a pose that's so familiar. Thomas Markle, that's just how he appeared when he exited that convenience store down in Mexico that day. And the photographer snapped a photo of him looking like some big Yeti. That's just how he appeared. As a matter of fact, you know, most people associate the Yeti, that big hairy beast of the great Northwest, they associate the Yeti with the northwestern part of the United States, right? But it seems like there has been some Yeti sightings in England. And how about the time someone spotted a Yeti by Kensington Palace with that very oddly dipped knee? It seems like that big disgusting Yeti was seen exiting Kensington Palace. And then, of course, there was a Yeti sighting near Windsor. And that was while the Queen was still alive. You see what I mean? So he wasn't supposed to be there, but yet there has been these sightings. And thanks to the smartphone, people have actually seen that disgusting hairy beast lurking about. And how about the Yeti of Buckingham Palace? You see there? Jules Ryder said, more like climb the blob. Well, a girl's got to do what a girl's got to do. If Jack and Jill can go up the hill to fetch a pail of water, then I suppose that someone working at the Daily Mail will climb Mount St. Thomas Markle to get a letter. Got to do what you got to do. And of course, what about that time when Charles went to the Royal Variety and it seems like he was in the company of some strange, vicious bowl of jello carrying a plastic bag, just like the kind that they give you at the convenience store. Yeah. It's very strange. It's very strange. And I tell you, for the life of me, I don't know how he got over there because they keep saying he's never been to England. Cheryl B, thank you so much for the super sticker. And thank you for being here tonight on Royal Sussex. And then, of course, when they went to the Westminster Abbey for the um, what is that ceremony? For the Commonwealth Day, is it just me, or does that appear to be Thomas Markle hoofing it into Westminster Abbey with Camilla? Something is strange is going on, you guys. Something very strange is going on. I don't know. I don't know, but this is alarming. This is alarming. I wonder if Harry and Meghan know about this. Somebody should try to get in touch with their people. See there? And then he didn't even walk in. He just stayed out there until Will and Kate showed up. Yeah, there you go. So it's shocking. It's shocking. And what about that time there was that mysterious man riding around in the state Bentley with Camilla, the queen consort? Maybe she's the one who got the letter. Maybe it wasn't Carolyn Graham. Maybe it was Camilla. I mean, we all know that she can be very resourceful sometimes. And that does seem like her type. That does seem like her type. I don't know, you guys. Thomas Markle has been seen on Pride Day outside the White House. There he is, leaving the White House picnic. And of course, on the coronation day, there was this darkly dressed figure with a little plastic bag that was seen exiting the side of Westminster Abbey. I think it was Thomas Markle. Remember that? What about that guy that walked past when Charles and Camilla was taking that photo? Something strange is going on, you guys. I'm just not sure what it is. And lastly, the balcony. Now, I thought my eyes were deceiving me, but now I'm starting to think that was Thomas Markle waving from the balcony on Coronation Day. Now I'm starting to believe that's exactly who it was. So, y'all, I tell you, maybe, sometimes your mind will play tricks on you, and maybe that's what it is. I think I see him. Maybe I don't. I don't know. But oh well, if that is Thomas Markle, he gets around. Life isn't as dull as they pretend it to be down in Mexico. But as always, I will remember Thomas Markle from that first day that he was snapped exiting the convenience store down there in Rosarita, California, Mexico. And anyway, he was a big, fat, sloppy mess then, and he's a big, sloppy mess now. All right. Moving on. King Charles is now richer than Queen Elizabeth with $770 million fortune. That's US dollars. King Charles is now richer than Queen Elizabeth. So Charles is worth $770 million. I don't know what it is in pounds. When the Queen was alive, she was worth almost 500 million pounds. Now, remember what I said. When you estimate someone's finances, usually Forbes magazine, they don't count people that do not have a working income. So this is what Charles' working income is, right? But all of the treasures and property that he owns, um, it would be more in the billions, right? It would be in the billions, not the hundreds of millions, but billions. So that figure is grossly inadequate. That is grossly inadequate. Charles owns a lot of things that they're not even counting. They may be counting his fortune, but they're not counting everything that makes up his, you know. Yes, thank you. Love Wins Movement said those are liquid assets only. Thank you, Love Wins Movement. Yeah, yeah. Kids in poverty, Britain's shame. Remember, they were so concerned about the kids down in Nigeria and other parts of Africa, but they made no mention of the kids that live in poverty in Britain. Bonjour, Charlotte. Thank you so much for being here. And take a look here. Britain has by far the highest rate of homelessness in the developed world. Now, the rate is the amount of people per 10,000. Now, homeless doesn't mean that you're under a cardboard box. These are people that are sleeping in tents, in garden sheds, in the occasional garage. These are people that are living in these, um, what do you call it? Uh, Multi dwellings where you have like bunk beds. Might have 8 people using bunk beds in what would normally be a terrace house or a single family home, a semi attached home. And you might have 30, 40 people living there, right? You're paying about £100 a month. You're sending money home to your family. But one thing is for sure, you'll never save up enough to get your own place. That is becoming increasingly impossible. So homelessness is not always so obvious. There are people that are in shops and restaurants, that are working in retail and many other places, that are homeless, and you encounter them every day. And just like trafficking, it is hidden in plain sight. Now, let's go on to something a little more pleasant, shall we? Ladies and gentlemen, Meghan and the aunties. Let's hear it for Meghan and the aunties. Yes, that is Meghan and the aunties. How sweet is that? I haven't seen this photo. This was the first today, but I love it. Now this is one of my new favorite photos. Meghan and aunties. Beautiful bunch of women. Very nice. And right here, Misan has dropped some more photos. Every day we get a treat of some new photos from Misan Harriman, Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, and Ngozi Ankojo Iweala, Director General of the World Trade Organization. It was such a pleasure to observe and capture the amazing bond and friendship that they have with each other. Say that again. And here's one of the photos right there. I love the glow there's an aura coming from them, and it takes Misan and his Leica camera to find it. And here, of course, that is the Women in Leadership, which I believe was sponsored by Archwell. Very cool. And right here, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex visit Nigerian Armed Forces Defense Headquarters in Abuja, Nigeria. And here are those 4 photos from Misan Harriman. Oh, that's the aunties, right? Now it's Harry and the aunties. And of course, behind Harry there, you can see David Wiseman. That, of course, is Harry's friend who's also part of the Invictus Foundation. He has done a lot of the legwork in Africa. And I think he has been working a lot with Derek. I forget his last name, but yeah. And anyway, between the two of them, they're the ones who made it possible for Nigeria to participate in the last Invictus Games. And some more of our aunties. There's an over-the-shoulder view. You can see that all of the charisma and charm that he inherited from his mother is on full display. And yet another view. Let me see. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Love Wins movement. I tell you, it has been a tough time, and I really feel for people that are struggling right now. I've been in that position myself, and you know, it was tough. There was a period when I didn't have a place to live, and I was broke. I was broke. This was about I'm gonna say about 19 years ago, something like that. And when I was able to get right again, that was when I went to London and Paris for the first time to celebrate getting out of the hole that I was in. It took about 2 years, but to celebrate getting out of that hole, I said, I'm going to Europe. And yeah, and there's been a couple of ups and downs since then, but mostly up. But yeah, it was a humbling time, and I don't regret that it happened. I was glad that I can get out of it, but it made me more responsible. That's for sure. So, but thank you for sharing that. And right here, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex visit Nigerian Armed Forces Defense Headquarters in Abuja, Nigeria. Wait, if that's part 1, was the other one part 2? Oh yeah, I guess the other part was part 2. But right there you can see. So okay, both sets of these are from that day. Oh, and that's when Harry was that. I think that's a war memorial monument. And this one. Beautiful photos as usual from Misan. And of course, I don't know if you could see Meghan just on the other side of Harry, but this is when they signed the guest book. Again, thank you so much, Nigeria, for being so kind and so generous with the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, the Prince and Princess. Thank you so much, Nigeria. And this is something new. Misan Harriman makes his mark as an Oscar nominated director 6 years after picking up a camera for the first time. Now, let me see. I have the link to that article. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share it with you right now. And if you want to go and read the article, it's in deadline.com. And copy. Okay. All right. Uh-oh. Okay, so I have pinned the link to the top of the chat for that article. If you'd like to read the article, try the link there. So, wow, thank you for your in-depth interview, Joe Atichi, Deadline. When I'm dead and buried, my civil rights work is always going to be my most cherished work, he says. I know I've photographed a lot of famous people, but that is not as important to me as being on a trip of the, being on the tip of the spear for women's rights, children's rights, the queer rights, the queer and trans community, climate change and race. If I am a bit, here I go again. If I was hit by a car, I hope my children will say of me, my daddy cared enough not to look the other way. Oh, wow, that is beautiful. That is beautiful. My daddy cared enough not to look the other way. That is beautiful. But yes, there's an activist side of Misan Harriman where he has spoken out about a lot of things. He's used his camera to tell the story of people that are suffering, people that are in danger, and people that have been mistreated and misrepresented. So I applaud him for that. Okay. Anyway, I'll leave that. I'll let you guys see the article for yourselves. And right here, thank you, Prince Harry and Meghan, for joining us in Nigeria to learn more about how we ensure children don't just survive, but thrive. A huge thank you to our wonderful global ambassador, Misan Harriman, for making this happen. So while they were there, I believe it was Misan Harriman who made it possible for Harry and Meghan to meet with Save the Children UK. Or Save the Children Nigeria. I think, yeah, it was Save the Children Nigeria. And what amazes me about this is that I thought they would have been way too tired, or their schedule was so full. Where would they ever find the time to go and do yet another meeting or another greeting? And that's exactly what happened. As a matter of fact, there was a roundtable discussion that included two of the youth leaders from Save the Children. Are they counting the stolen stuff from other countries? Oh, well, I'll tell you what. Next time I talk to Charles and Camilla, I am going to pose that question to them. Are you counting all of the stolen stuff? And what about the things in the what do you call it? The stuff that you have loaned out to the British Museum and the Victoria and Albert Museum. What about that stuff? I will definitely ask the question. Thank you so much. Lagos Junction. This masterpiece of typography design was created by, is it Mollard? Addie Mollard? Well, anyway, during Prince Harry and Meghan's visit to Lagos, Nigeria. That is all. Uh, well, I don't know if you can make it out, but I can see words like loved and it's so small. Well, I won't try, but if you get a chance to go to Lagos Junction and you can find that photo and you can expand it yourself so you can see all of the words that are hidden in the images. And speaking of images, here's one for the ages. Check it out. This photo is probably the best photo that anyone has ever taken of any of those four people, including William, Kate, Rose, and David Rock Savage. Yes, that is probably the best photo ever taken because it says so much about the way they have lived their lives. And here's what I meant by a boost for Rose Hanbury. How Rose Hanbury, the Marchioness of Cholmondeley, is blossoming in the court of Queen Camilla, writes Richard Eaton, while the Princess of Wales is missing from public life as she undergoes treatment for cancer. One of her friends is taking an increasingly prominent role at court. The Marchioness of Cholmondeley, who lives next door to Prince William and Catherine's Norfolk retreat, Anmer Hall, is said to have become close to Queen Camilla. She's become close to Queen Camilla. Whatever close is. Well, that implies a lot. And as I said, if I had a theory about what this means, it seems to me like they are trying to ease her into court life, right? They're trying to ease her into it. Now, mind you, it is a very small article, and I do mean small article. And it was just meant to tease, not to really explain a lot. While the Princess of Wales is missing from public life, as she undergoes treatment for cancer, one of her friends is taking an increasingly prominent role at court. The Marchioness of Cholmondeley, who lives next door to Prince William and Catherine's Norfolk retreat, and Mahal is said to have become close to Queen Camilla. Last weekend, the Marchioness, former model Rose Hanbury, 40, was pictured curtsying to Queen at Badminton House in Gloucestershire, where they attended the horse trials. Just a few days later, one of Rose's twin sons, Lord Oliver, held the royal robes at St. Paul's Cathedral, where he was page of honor to the king and queen at a service of dedication for Order of the British Empire. Rose's husband, David, the Marquis of Cholmondeley, Marquis of Cholmondeley, who turns 64 next month, is a lord in waiting to the king. While Catherine's was absent, Rose gave a subtle nod to her style by wearing the same black drop brim hat by royal favorite Lock & Company that the princess has worn in the past. Yep, she gave a nod. And check it out. There you go. There's Rose, who used to be a fashion model, and her 60, soon to be 64-year-old husband, not pensioner, but husband that looks like a pensioner, David Rock Savage, um, who is, what is it, the Lord in waiting or whatever to the king? Well, he has a very prominent role that he plays, especially at the opening of Parliament. And that is her son, Oliver, Lord Oliver, who has the dubious honor of carrying the end of the robe for Charles III. Now, as you can see, there's nobody helping out Camilla. And even if it was, she's still one big sloppy mess. Look at her. Big sloppy mess. Sloppy, big sloppy mess. This makes absolutely no sense. How could she have possibly stepped into the state Bentley looking like some like it's laundry day, and she just didn't have anything else to wear? So instead of putting on the neatly pressed robe like the Queen Elizabeth did, she just grabbed something. I mean, that looks like something that was covering a horse. Wait a minute, what am I saying? Oh well, that was a Freudian slip. But it looks like something that once covered a horse. I could see a horse on parade wearing that. It just doesn't seem to fit properly. She looks so sloppy. Queen Elizabeth, the very model of serenity, and then Camilla, sloppy, sloppy slob. It defies logic. They have people that do these things for them. Why would you leave the palace looking like that? Clydesdale look like uh so I cannot play the sound for this because guess what? It's in French. And I don't think most of us speak French. I know a few of you all do, but I don't. But this was a talk show, and they were discussing where is Kate Middleton, and they were very passionate. The guy with the curly hair, he was very passionate about his query as to the location of Kate Middleton. It was very interesting how passionate he was. But I'm just glad someone's talking about it because somebody is getting away with something pretty bad, I think. And it's just amazing that nobody seems to care. Nobody seems to care. You would think, you would think that there would be more questions or updates or something like that, but instead, there's absolutely nothing. That's it. I have nothing else to add to it. I have nothing else to add to it, but it is a bit strange. Let's see. Renee McGee says, yes, they want to troll Meghan more than they want to love Kate. Oh, that's brilliant. Thank you for that. Oh, he will be back for William. If he dies, his son will be the great Lord Chamberlain. Oh, thank you for that, Hazel Jones. Okay, that I just shared that with you. And guess what, you guys? I am done. I am done. So, I will see you all tomorrow. Thank you all so much. Thank you, moderators, for keeping this a safe space, as per usual. Um, Also, thank you all for your very generous and thoughtful contributions to Royal Sussex. And remember, today is monetization day. So this is the day 3 years ago, 3 years ago today, when Royal Sussex first became monetized. You have to get 1,000 subscribers. At least back then, you had to get 1,000 subscribers before you could become monetized. And then after you get that 1,000 subscribers, not only can you become monetized, also you can use the community tab. So anyway, that was a glorious day. Oh, thank you, Love Wins Movement. Okay. Again, thank you, moderators, the old mod squad. And of course, when you see our queens, it's time to go, and you know what I mean. I look back at those first videos and I'm embarrassed. I'm like, ooh, these were bad, awful, stinky. Raffaella Botani, thank you so much for the super sticker. And let me see. Thank you again, Connie Balmer, for my delicious treats. Look at that. You see the butter cookies? See how they have a scoop of butter right there? I don't know if I ate a scoop of butter or if I ate the cookie, but either way, the taste of sweet butter, sweet creamy butter just filled my mouth. It was so delicious. Thank you. All right. And well, let me look for a word of the day to close it out with. How should we close it out? Yes, of course I'm sharing. I just told you how much I love it. I shared with you how delicious it is. Oh man. Let me tell you, those preserves are very expensive. The last time I purchased a jar, it was $7. I kid you not, $7. And they sell out fast because a lot of people love them. So now, thanks to Connie Balmer, I won't have to shop for them for a while. Oh, Connie Balmer, I, I tell you, this is way more than I probably deserve. So thank you for saying that. But this is very kind of you, and I'm going to enjoy it. So thank you so much. Oh, thank you, Raffaella. Thank you. Now, salad, is that stuff with what do they call that green stuff? Um, Wait, don't tell me it's a vegetable. Okay, they usually started off with lettuce, right? And what cucumbers? I think that's what they put in salad. Yeah, something like that. I think I've had that before. I think when I was in Prague, I had a salad. Yeah, when I was in Prague that time. Hey, cookies and cream. Okay. Let me find something to close with. Let me find something. Some pearls of wisdom, I suspect, is appropriate. Let me see. Huh. Here, watch this while I search for something. Oh.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my gosh.
Okay. Okay, here's something very contemporary. When somebody texts you, good morning, they're really saying you're the first thing I think about, right? So if someone texts you first thing in the morning, they're really saying that you are the first thing I think about. Yeah. And so that's how we'll close it out today. So yeah, think about that next time somebody texts you first thing in the morning. One more? Okay, one more. All good relationships go through hell. Real relationships get through it. Huh? Huh? One more? You don't stop dancing because you grow old. You grow old because you stop dancing. Huh? That's why you stop dancing, not because you grow old. You grow old because you stop dancing. Oh, okay. I have one that seems to have been inspired by Jasmine Crockett. Okay, I have one that seems to have been inspired by Jasmine Crockett. Let me see if I can find that one for you. I want to bring it up so you can see it. Okay. Oh, excuse me. Here you go. Here you go. My 4 moods. I'm too old for this. I'm too tired for this. I'm too sober for this. And I don't have time for this. So that is the 4 moods. Yeah, me too. Me too. That's exactly what happened to me. Okay. Well, I didn't mean to do that. Certainly didn't mean to do that. Oh, you know what, guys? If you want to hear that, if you guys want to hear that talk show in French, remember, I am done. It's only 38 seconds. So I'm going to play it for those of you that speak French. It's only 38 seconds, okay? So I'm going to play it for those of you that speak French if you want to tell us what they said, you know, it's only 38 seconds. You can abbreviate it for us. We'd appreciate it. Okay, give me a second.
Cyril, comme on a la chance d'avoir Bertrand avec nous, est-ce qu'on peut avoir quand même des nouvelles de Kate?
Bah oui, Kate.
Alors, non, justement.
Non, parce que
C'est un petit peu, en effet, le bas qui blesse. Nous n'avons rien du
Bas qui
tout,
blesse.
du tout, du
Rien
tout.
sort. De Kate.
Donc, on a eu
Silence
une
radio.
seule déclaration de William qui a dit, en effet, lors d'un événement, rassurez-vous, elle va bien. Alors, l'inquiétude est énorme, immense. Elle n'a jamais été à ce point-là concernant l'état de santé de Kate, puisque depuis la vidéo dans laquelle elle annonce son cancer, pas une seule photo, pas une seule apparition, elle est totalement enfermée à Adelaide Cottage. Il suffirait, si elle allait si bien que cela, et ça n'engage que moi, d'une seule apparition de Kate pour faire taire immédiatement les rumeurs. Or, il n'y a pas cette apparition.
Alors,
Cyril, comme on a la chance d'avoir Bertrand avec nous, est-ce qu'on peut avoir quand même des nouvelles de Kate?
bah oui, Kate.
Alors, non, justement.
Non,
Parce que ça, c'est un petit peu, en effet, le bas qui blesse. Nous n'avons rien du
Bas qui
tout,
blesse.
du
Rien.
tout, du
Rien
tout.
sort. De Kate.
Donc, on a eu
Silence
une
radio.
seule déclaration de William qui a dit, en effet, lors d'un événement, rassurez-vous, elle va bien. Alors, l'inquiétude est énorme, immense. Elle n'a jamais été à ce point-là concernant l'état de santé de Kate, puisque depuis la vidéo dans laquelle elle annonce son cancer, pas une seule photo, pas une seule apparition, elle est totalement enfermée à Adelaide Cottage. Il suffirait, si elle allait si bien que cela, et ça n'engage que moi, d'une seule apparition de Kate pour faire taire immédiatement les rumeurs. Or, il n'y a pas cette apparition.
Now, what did he say? They should check the landfills? Is that what he said? They should check the landfills? Are you serious? I mean, they're not saying kitty, are they? Wow. Well, because to me, it sounded to me like he was saying they should check the landfills, or they were saying that she won't need to buy any snow tires this year. Really? Y'all could hear that? I didn't hear it. Happy Saturday, Raffaella Bertoni. Happy Saturday. Oh, Poliva Girl said, no, I used kitty. Okay. Oh, well, I'm going to see if I could use the Google Translate so I can figure out what was said. Interesting, though, isn't it? Okay, well, good night, you all. Thank you so much for joining us. Love you. See you next time. Okay, let me see if I can do this. I'm going to use the Google Translate.
Alors,
Cyril, comme on a la chance d'avoir Bertrand avec nous, est-ce qu'on peut avoir quand même des nouvelles de Kate?
bah oui, Kate.
Alors, non, justement. Non, parce que ça, c'est un petit peu, en effet, le bas qui blesse. Nous n'avons rien du
Bas qui
tout,
blesse.
du tout, du
Rien
tout.
sort.
De Kate. Donc, on a eu
Silence
une
radio.
seule déclaration.
Okay, that didn't work. Let me try it again. That didn't work. Let me try that one more time. En français. En français.
Cyril, comme on a la chance d'avoir Bertrand avec nous, est-ce qu'on peut avoir quand même des nouvelles de Kate?
Bah oui, Kate.
Alors, non, justement. Non, parce que ça, c'est un petit peu, en effet, le bas qui blesse. Nous n'avons rien du
Bas qui
tout,
blesse.
du tout, du
Rien
tout.
sort.
De Kate. Donc, on a eu
Silence
une
radio.
seule déclaration de William qui a dit, en effet, lors d'un événement, rassurez-vous, elle va bien. Alors, l'inquiétude est énorme, immense. Elle n'a jamais été à ce point-là concernant l'état de santé de Kate, puisque depuis la vidéo dans laquelle elle annonce son cancer, pas une seule photo, pas une seule apparition, elle est totalement enfermée à Adelaide Cottage. Il suffirait, si elle allait si bien que cela, et ça n'engage que moi, d'une seule apparition de Kate pour faire taire immédiatement les rumeurs. Or, il n'y a pas cette apparition.
Alors,
Cyril, comme on a la chance d'avoir Bertrand avec nous, est-ce qu'on peut avoir quand même des nouvelles de Kate?
bah oui, Kate.
Alors, non, justement.
Okay. He said, Cyril, how lucky are we to have Bertrand with us? Can we still have news from Kate? We have nothing at all. Oh, Lord, this thing was still recording. We have nothing at all. A room statement from William, who said, in fact, during the event, rest assured, she is fine. So this study is huge, immense. She has never been at this point regarding the state of health since the video, not a single photo, not a single appearance. Locked in Adelaide, it would be enough if she was going, so that it only involves me for a single appearance to silence immediately. There is not this Bertrand device with us. Oh, okay. So, I'm sorry. It was repeating there. I'm sure it didn't get all of the words. That seems kind of short, but okay. Anyway, that was a little bit of the transcript. Very interesting. All right, you guys. Well, there you go. Yeah, being reprogrammed. Hey, Connie Bomber. Sounds like somebody is being reprogrammed. Hey, if they want a Stepford wife, if there's a Stepford wife you want, a Stepford wife you'll get. Wow, I remember that movie from the 1970s, Stepford Wives. Oh, well. Okay, y'all. I'm going to go. What else do I need to do? I guess I'm done. Okay, here goes.